We are live. We are live. Hello, 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 everyone. This is Angela Hayes, your CEO and founder, and your host for Community Connections. We are here this evening with our special guest. I just want to give you time to get on, so we're going to wait a few seconds and we're going to do our technical things, and we will be getting started in just a few minutes. Once you come in on the broadcast, please, 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 please go ahead and send us a message on the chat. Send us some hearts, some thumbs up to let us know that you are here. And you're welcome, welcome, welcome.
Absolutely.
All right. So do my technical things. Okay, there we are. I'm just gonna share a personal page and I will be ready. Awesome. Anyone joining, just give us a let us know you're here. Hello, hello. We alive. All right. We are ready to get started. It is
Let's get going.
8:04. So, as we promised, we are here this evening. We welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. As you come in, we ask that you will go ahead, hit the share button, and share this video with your friends, family, your Facebook friends, and family. Go ahead and share the video or start your watch party. This is Angela Hayes, your CEO and founder of Unique Foundations Enterprise, and we present to you this segment of our community connections. So we're continuing the conversation today with our special guest, and our topic is succession planning, planning with the end in mind. I know that may sound a little frightening to some of you, but guess what? It's not frightening at all. We have a special guest with you. She's now, I think I've known her now for a year, but it seems like I've known her for a lifetime. And we're super excited and just grateful for her being here. She was with those of you that were attendees at our 2019 Power Summit. She was with us at the Power Summit. So she is a phenomenal individual. Her name is Maggie Jean. She's
Hi,
all the
Angie.
way from St. Lucia. And I love it. She's my sister from St. Lucia. So I welcome her. And she is an executive director with the John Maxwell Leadership Team. And also, she is the visionary, the owner of MJ Coaching and Business Consulting. So you can get some awesome things from this lady right here. She has a lot to share with us tonight. So those of you that are on the broadcast and those of you that are coming in, um, if you have any questions, this is an open platform. I ask that you would feel free to ask your questions. Feel free to comment. We welcome that. We solicit that. So Miss Maggie Jean is here, and she's we're gonna be kind of going in and out with her. So we're super excited for her being here and talking to us tonight about succession planning. Again, we welcome Miss Maggie Jean.
Thank you so much, Angie, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here. And I just want you to know, well, I really do enjoy your friendship, and I am loving the relationship that we're building. So thank you
Yes,
so much for giving me that opportunity to have that discussion with you and with our viewers on succession planning.
thank you, Miss Maggie. You're the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So it's like we've been knowing each other for a lifetime. So, but we just met last year. So we met each other at a training,
Yeah.
at a training on a Saturday.
On a
And
Saturday, an
yeah,
event that I did, an event that I found so difficult to make my mind up to attend, because the individual who was hosting the event, called me personally and said, "Hey, I really need you to come by," and I just didn't feel like it, and I just said, finally, you know what? Let me go over there, and that's why
hmm
I met Angie, and we've been close friends because we share the same values and we want the same things, so. It's an
yes.
absolute pleasure to know you, Angie.
It is. It's such an honor to know you as well. And all truth be told to the audience, I was contemplating going to the event myself that morning because I was like, it was a Saturday morning and I had to drive to Houston. And I was like, oh my goodness, do I want to drive to Houston this morning? I didn't really want to. I knew I wanted to go and get the training, but I guess what? I obviously, it speaks for itself. We're here today. So I went to the training and we just connected,
Here
and
we are. Here we are. This is what trainings can do for people, building solid foundational relationships. And
yeah,
I'm thankful.
it is called networking.
That's right.
It's called networking. So for those of you, that you say, "Oh, I'm not a networker," you just never, ever know who you're going to meet. So I encourage you to take the limits off yourself and open up. Because God has people that can actually complement people. My life strategist says that they're destiny helpers. The destiny helpers, they come in and walk alongside with you, and we're helpers one to another. But one thing I would like to share with the audience, Maggie, is that I've just recently completed some professional training sessions with Maggie Jean, with MJ Coaching and Consulting. So I've just recently completed the professional training with her, and I tell you, I got some awesome tools. So I encourage you as individuals, managers, directors, supervisor, professional entrepreneurs, business owners, those of you that are not even sure which way you want to go, what direction you want to do. Are you looking to make a change? And contact Maggie.
Thank you so much for that, Angie. My whole life it's about developing people, growing them because people have a capacity for development, for growth that
Yeah.
they themselves are not even aware of. Most of the times, it takes someone else to see that value in that individual and to help them expand and to help them grow. And this
hmm
is what I know I am gifted in. And thank you so much for sharing what you got out of what we've done together. Appreciate you. In
Yeah.
addition to that, we've collaborated on so many other things. We did the summit, then we did that at a workshop together. Then I was in some of the show with you, and we've done that professional training, and here we are again. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm glad you reminded me of that a workshop that was actually at the top of the year. And
yes,
that was in January. Oh my goodness,
yes,
it was wonderful, And that was our first event. Well, no, that was our second event.
that was the second event.
Yes, yes.
Helping people to visualize themselves as they could be.
hmm
Because people have great visions and we have to help them harness the good that there is inside and to
Right.
help them propel what it is that they want. If you really want it, you got to go after it. But it's
Yeah.
important that you have people walking alongside you to give you that encouragement, that motivation, because sometimes it's difficult to walk that walk all
Mhm.
alone.
It is very important. I concur with you, Maggie. It's very important because you need that support. You need that. Sometimes you just need someone that even they may have a word of wisdom for you. Word of encouragement to keep going. I know that we make this look glamorous sometimes. And it looks like it may be easy, and some of you may be thinking, oh, I cannot do it, it's no way I can do it. Well, Maggie, she just is so, an elegant presenter. This is the thing about us. Unique foundations, unique for a purpose. You have to discover your uniqueness. You will not do it like Maggie. You will not do it like Angela. You want to do it like yourself. But connecting and networking with the right people at the right time is vital to your success and your destiny. So I encourage you, those of you that are not connected to Maggie on your social media pages, go ahead and connect with her. When we get off this video, or send her an invite, but you're looking at the video now, so you can't send her an invite. But go ahead as soon as you can, and I promise you, you will not regret it. So Maggie, I was talking last week about succession planning with the end in mind, and how very important that is. And a lot of times when we think about it, we think about, we think about death. Well, that could be in some instances, but from this perspective today, we're talking about on a professional level, we're talking about on a personal level as well, because we understand that life happens in seasons and phases. So we are not always, for instance, at our employers, we're not there for a lifetime. We should be looking, we should be having an eye to impart and to mentor someone if on our staff. Even if we're not supervisors or directors, you can still impart, you can still mentor someone. And we were talking about that, and talking about, okay, taking a look at what's next, what's going to be next, and who's going to be next. And so we looked at, 4 points: the who it would be, what it would be, when it would be, putting a timeline and a timetable on it. And how are we going to get it done? How are we going to execute it? So I just want you tonight to kind of, expound on some of the benefits of success planning. And again, coming back, reiterating uh, the very importance of succession planning, and how
Sure.
we shouldn't get stuck. We get stuck on our own accord,
That's
you
right.
know, because
Yes,
when we refuse to learn, we refuse to grow,
that's
and we
right.
can become lifelong learners. So if you would
That's
take
right.
some time, Maggie, and just share with us on succession planning.
Absolutely, Angie. Thank you so much. I find that discussion on succession planning is so fascinating and so interesting. There's no reason why we should be fretful about it, because succession
Mhm.
planning, Angie, should be a key element in any business or any organization. And
Yes.
one of the first things we need to identify the various positions, they're very key positions you have to really look into as to how can I get a replacement for this position. In thinking of the company's growth and in thinking of the company's vision, you
Hmm.
now have to understand what kind of skills, the competencies, the abilities, the needs that are necessary for this position. After which
Hmm.
you can then begin to proceed on the a selection of an individual to groom that person for that role.
Hmm.
Succession planning is a beautiful thing. And I would say, while we have internal people who have great skills, let's say,
Hmm.
just for instance, you're hiring a new person, you have a new hire.
Hmm.
You should be thinking of bringing in that person with succession in mind. You should be thinking that way. You're just not going to hire a warm body just because you need a warm body. Now, when
Hmm.
you're thinking, of selecting an individual like a future leader, one of the mistakes that we make is, for the most part, we just assume that people will automatically be part of the plan.
Hmm.
And I would say you would
Yeah.
invite the future leaders or the prospects
Hmm.
to an interview, share your vision, and be certain that this individual is open to grow, because you hate to know that you're grooming someone who eventually, I never had any buy-in. I was never interested in
Right.
being that person you wanted me to be. So you need
Yeah.
to get a yes, a concrete yes. So succession planning, Angie, is really, really important for any business
Excuse me.
and any organization.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I
Yes.
agree, and I like that what you said that about going into a new hire um, with succession planning in mind,
Hmm.
and looking for someone that will have buy-in. Uh,
Absolutely.
I know that you work with a major a company over the years, and I've been in local government for over 20 years. So, and I've been in leadership for over 10 years. So I've seen where when individuals don't have buy-in, that they're just going through the motions. They're just looking for Friday,
I'm
looking
looking
for
for
Friday to
Friday,
happen.
looking for Friday, or an opportunity to get additional income, because you don't want this kind of people, because it's a commitment, Angie. It's a commitment. It
Mhm.
is. It is personal to the company. It is personal to you as that person who is now going to train that individual, and it
Yeah.
should be a personal commitment on the part of that of the individual, because you know based on the company's vision, you cannot wait when a problem arises, a problem comes up for you to now be thinking of, oh, who do I have who can accept the responsibilities
Yeah.
of this role? You cannot
Absolutely.
think that way. Life happens. People grow their
Absolutely.
families all the time. People
Yes.
take vacations all the time. People shift
Mhm.
roles in those very companies or in this very, businesses, because there's opportunities for growth. But
Yeah.
when you look at certain key roles, you
Hmm.
have to really have that individual who you can count on,
Yes.
before you begin to intentionally develop that person, because this takes a lot and it
Yeah.
costs a lot. It does cost a lot.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. Yes, it does. It does. And like you're saying, it costs a lot. It does. It costs the company, but another cost that comes in mind, that individual has to have that mind. There's going to be some sacrifices that they have to make. If when you start per se climbing the ladder, when you start moving up, in positions and status, that comes with a greater responsibility.
It
And
what?
as
Go
a
ahead.
as a director, I found out that a lot of some people don't want the level of responsibility. They want to just be able to come from 8 to 5, 7:30 to 5, whatever the hours are, and they want to leave. They
So
don't
that's
want
a red
to
flag.
carry the brunt of
That's a
the
red
industry.
flag, Angie. That's a red
Yes,
flag.
that's
That
a
person is
big
already
red flag.
telling you, I am not interested. Because I'll tell you something, Angie.
Mhm.
As a leader who has the responsibility of developing that individual to take on a role that is key to the organization, you
Mhm.
have to be so strategic about it. And this have to become your mission to develop that person. It has to become your mission. It's almost like you go to bed, you sleep, you think about it. You get out of bed, you think about it. All day
Yes.
long, you think about it. This has become your mission, because, you
Mhm.
know, it is something that you really want to make sure is
Hmm.
well thought of. The individual must be well selected because at the end of the day, Angie, every business wants to increase the financial results dramatically, not just
Absolutely.
by 1% or 5%. They
That's
really
right.
want, but you cannot do that if you don't have a good plan to develop those who are already there, and even bigger and better plan for those you want to now select to develop to play to replace someone. These are key
Yes.
roles, and that's very, very, very important.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. The development is very important. And during this COVID-19, it has really proven, where our weaknesses are. When we
Yeah.
talk about SWOT analysis, you know, what are your threats? What are your weaknesses there? And it has really shown our organizations and our industries, oh, well, maybe they, some people are not developed enough. Um, I got into a situation, but I had no control over it because the individual was pretty much new. But it did show me, okay, even more so how vital it is for individuals to be developed, to be properly trained, and to be educated in their roles. So,
It probably also showed you that I need to step up my game in the hiring process. Because when
yes,
that person comes through that door, Angie, if you're the hiring manager, you made that decision. You've also made that decision for succession.
yes,
So most of the times when I do my training, what I tell people is, if you do not enjoy the hiring process, get somebody else who really want to enjoy that process and who can do it better than you. It's not
yes.
because that's part of your job role accountability that it
Hmm.
is the thing that you must do. Pass it on to someone who
Hmm.
has an affinity to do the right thing, because you know what? You'll be exposed by the people you hire.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. That is very true. So yeah, I learned that, and still learning some of that, Maggie. But and one thing I found out about delegation. When you learn as a leader how to delegate, it's a gift. It's because it's a gift to you. It's a gift to you, and not only that, you're increasing the bottom line. You're increasing the value of that individual as well. And you know what? Also, it does. I found it to be a morale booster and also a confidence booster for that individual because they see and okay, Angela trusts me enough now. I can, assist with this, and I can take on this or I can help with her with this. So it builds confidence, it builds morale, and it builds trust.
Angie, you have to ask yourself the question of what is the reason why a leader would want to hog the work or the job? What is the reason? How does that person show up? All right. Because
Yes.
if you are thinking of developing other people for succession, you have to learn to model. And when you model, that means you're teaching people while they're looking at what you're doing. And
Yes.
ultimately, you're going to pass on that load onto that person so you can now guide them as to how to do it efficiently and effectively. And in the process, being a little creative, putting their own little something into it to make it better. There should be no
Hmm.
fear. There should absolutely be no fear. And that's a question leaders should ask themselves. Why do I think that I am the one who should do all of that? Does that make me look good, feel good, or make me feel that I am all that? It's really not the
Yes.
best quality type of leadership. Not at
It's
all.
not. It's not. And it also has a bearing, a negative bearing on that leader because it can take effect on their health. It can take an effect on their mental state. and also it can determine if you are able to meet your deadlines. You
And
know.
and as you mentioned a little earlier, Angie, first of all, it shows that that leader does not trust his or her own people.
Mm-hmm.
There is no trust. And if there isn't any trust, they too will not trust you. So, how are you going to help them, overcome their challenges? How are you going to help them, bring the gifts forward if you're not giving them an opportunity, if you're not empowering them, if you're
Mm-hmm.
not letting them understand this is the skill you have and I want you to be aware of what you can do. You can't be that kind of person who want to a loaded desk and you can't even complete it. Show me the leader who does that, that has everything done to a science. I don't believe so.
No, no,
Really don't.
no, no. I don't either. I don't either.
People grow best in a job, Angie, when they're given an opportunity to learn, to become better individuals. And you have to give them permission to fail, because if you keeping all the work on your desk, it's because you're afraid somebody may not do it the right way. No, man, who died? Did anybody
No.
die if somebody, didn't do something correctly? No. You've got to give them permission to take risk. You have
Yes.
to give them
Good point.
permission to stretch themselves. You want your business to grow. If you
Right.
want your business to grow, you've got to get your people involved. You got to get,
Absolutely.
because they may have ideas that you don't even have.
Absolutely. And you never would have thought of, So and I apply this, this is applied to last week as we talked about it, it's not only applied to the workplace, it's applied to any organization, any business, even to your, sometimes to your family, it could be. So we have to look at those. Some of these things are foundational things, and that trust thing is something when it
That's
comes
right.
down to leadership, and individuals sharing or
Yes.
teaching or wanting to empower someone.
Yes.
My question was, why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to? How does it make you feel? And I'm kind of taking a little curve that how does it make you feel, Maggie, when you know that you are empowering or have empowered an individual? How
Oh,
does
that is such a good feeling because you make that individual feel so confident, so valued, that you show them you trust them, that you make them understand that they have the ability
yes,
to perform
yes,
and to become what you are right now. Because ultimately, that's
yes,
what you want. You want a team of high performing leaders. You don't want to be constantly over that person's head, constantly supervising.
correct.
Allow them to grow, allow them to stretch, allow
Yes.
them to become. Angie, that's the beauty of being a leader. And that's what
Hmm.
I really like. And I give them that opportunity.
Yes, yes,
I
definitely.
want to go on vacation. And if
I
I
know,
can,
I know,
and
I
if,
know.
and
And
if I don't do that, I can't go on vacation.
that's what I do. And see, when I leave, I want to leave. I don't want anybody texting me, calling me with a question that you can answer, you can figure out. So yes, 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 yes. I've been in trainings. You know, I've been in trainings, and then I'd see other leaders and supervisors and things like that. Every session, training session, they got to go out on their phone, da, 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 and then you talk to them at the break or you talk to them at lunch. Oh, my staff was calling me for this, that, 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 that. Well, to me, what it does, it speaks to your leadership, because if your staff or the people that you're leading have to call you for every little thing, that means they haven't been empowered.
That's
They
right.
haven't been trained properly, because they should be able to make some sort of decisions when you're not there. Am I correct?
That tells me, Angie, there's probably little coaching taking place in that organization because coaching is when you ask the questions and you help them discover the answers for themselves, and
Mm-hmm.
not just be a mentor where you keep showing them and teaching them and guiding them as to what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them to discover the answers and for themselves, so that
Mm-hmm.
they now can, really move themselves personally forward, and
Mm-hmm.
ultimately the team around them, so the company could continue growing.
Yeah.
That's not really a good sign if you're out having lunch and someone texts in or, or
Yeah.
call in. They probably need some development training, and it
Yes.
always starts from the top.
Yes, yes. And I'm always so reminded, of John Maxwell. I always say everything hinges on leadership. Everything
Everything rises and falls
rises
on
and falls on leadership. Yes.
everything
So,
rises and falls on leadership.
mhm,
And,
yeah.
and, and one, you cannot be successful on your own. One is too small a number for success. It takes the whole team. So be transparent, be authentic, be genuinely concerned about their growth. You got to teach them and model well to
Hmm.
lead them.
Hmm.
Succession is all about these things, all about these great foundational values. If you want
Hmm.
your business to succeed,
Hmm.
you hire right. And every time you hire, you think succession. You got
Hmm.
to grow your business. It's important. If you want to stay in business and to dramatically increase your financial results,
Yes.
your people are the key.
Yes, and the people are the key. And when you said that, I thought about um, when you're hiring or someone else is coming aboard on your team, how to also learning how to work within the different generational gaps.
Yes. Have an
Working
open
with.
mind. Have an open mind. We just, it's easy for us to just close our minds to the new generation. It's very easy
Mhm.
for us to do that, and we just, label them. Keep
Mhm.
an open mind. You just might be very surprised.
Yes, 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 definitely. Because everyone has something to bring to the table, and I found out, the millennials, the generation Ys, and all of that. They're very innovative. They're very creative.
And
So having an open mind.
have an open mind. And if you think you will, or you are encountering any difficulty, why
Mhm.
not model what you'd like from them?
Yes,
Why not model it?
yes. Be the
But
change. Be the one that
yeah,
that
and
you.
when you model it, be open to their suggestions, because they have some
Mhm.
great suggestions.
They do.
Don't be
Yes,
afraid. Don't be
yes.
afraid.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. So, so I was reading some information on some of the other benefits of succession planning, and I just want to read a couple statements. It says employees know that there is a chance for advancement. They know that there's an opportunity, which can lead to more empowerment. We already talked about that, and a higher job satisfaction. So when they know, there's greater opportunities, and in some instances, greater opportunities may not come within that particular organization. There may be something that you can learn, get some takeaways, and you can apply it somewhere else. Now, it may not even be a job. It may be, again, you may serve on a board, you may serve, in your ministry, it could be anywhere across that you could take some of those tools and some of those things that you've been empowered with and apply it, to other parts of your life as well.
Absolutely, Andrew. So you're establishing an outstanding culture in your organization. And even if that individual may have left you, and it is said that people leave bosses. I don't subscribe to that all the time. People leave organizations for various reasons. A
Right.
boss might be one of them, but it's not always that reason.
That's true.
But if you establish a very good culture in your organization, here's what can happen, Angie.
Hmm.
That culture can go to so many different places.
Mm-hmm.
because that individual now probably will go to a different organization. And since that culture that he or she came from was so good, he
Mm-hmm.
or she can now begin to establish that very culture in that the organization. So, it has that effect, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that what you are doing as an outstanding leader
Mm-hmm.
can affect even other organizations
Yes.
simply by establishing a very strong culture for which that employee had buy into.
Yes.
And
That
that is
that
phenomenal.
that is great. Yeah,
That's
that's a
phenomenal.
good point. That's a good point. Establishing a new culture.
Mhm.
It can be challenging, but it's worth it. Because after all, when the assignment is done over there, and you go to another organization, you want to, and you see, one of my mentors, early on in my career, and when I in my early days as a supervisor, she established with me. She said, Angela, she said, when you go in to a new place, you go into a new organization. She said, you don't ever, and I'm giving you all some pointers here and some tips. She said, you don't want to immediately start changing things unless one reason it's in violation of the law or it's unethical. You may need to take some immediate changes in that. She said, because you want to observe. She taught me how to observe the culture, how to observe um, the dynamics of the organization.
It's important to watch. It is important to watch and learn because it's not everything that is wrong with that organization.
That's right.
There are some things that may be good that you can improve on,
Hmm.
and there'll be some things that you really have to, methodically get rid of. It's not, you just, you get in there, like,
Hmm.
hey, this is just not good, and be so regimented and just get rid of everything. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, you're going to lose the employees very, very quickly.
Hmm.
You got to be very methodical about how you do what you're doing. Be
Yes.
very, very strategic
Hmm.
because you cannot do this alone, Angie. You need other people to help you get there. So
Yeah.
you watch and you learn and you get to know them and you speak
Hmm.
with them and you interview them and you ask them to give you their suggestions instead of you
Hmm.
just pouring your suggestion in on
Right.
them. Allow them to
Hmm.
to tell you what they think can be different and
Yeah.
how it will ask the questions. This is a time you do all the listening. That
Mm.
is the best form of communication.
Yeah.
Listening. This is the
Yeah.
time you do all the listening. Let them do the talking. Let them do the talking. All right.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
you have them on the winning side, and you're going to run a phenomenal business with a good succession plan, Angie. We
Yes.
need our employees.
We need them.
We
Yes.
need them.
I absolutely agree. And when you agree, when you leave a place, you want to leave it in a better state than it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I certainly want to. I want to.
Hmm.
I want to have good memories because I would want to go into a workplace to make good memories because
Hmm.
that's your family.
It is.
It's your family.
Yeah.
You've left home and you spend at least 6 to 8 hours at least. In
At
my
least.
in my former work life, I spent a lot more
Oh
time on a
goodness,
daily
I know.
basis.
8 hours, 10 hours, 12.
You know what?
What?
I enjoyed that. Most of the times I enjoyed it. There were days that I didn't enjoy it. So there were days that I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? But most of
Right.
the times I enjoyed.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you spend most of your time, that's your family, Angie. So
Hmm.
you will have that bond. You will have that relationship. That's part of your family. You spend
It
a
is.
lot more time. So when you leave,
Hmm.
you really want it to feel like Oh my God, my heart is being ripped apart. Oh, I'm leaving a part of my heart. Oh, I'm taking so many hearts with me. That's
Yes.
what you want to
Oh
feel.
yeah.
That's
That's
what you
good.
want to feel.
That's good. That's good. Mm. That's good.
Yeah. That's a very interesting and fascinating topic, you know. I believe in people, Angie. I believe people can be so much better because they are capable of so much more.
Yeah.
But we must let them know that the focus is on them. The focus is not on us. It's
Hmm.
not about us.
Right.
It's really not. It's about them. It's about their growth. It's about helping them give their families a better life, especially
Right.
you being the leader. That should be very important to you. You want your team members or those that you plan to grow to the next level.
Yeah.
You thinking of them and thinking that, you know, they are worthy, they are valued, and you want them to give their families a better life. You want them to take their families on vacation.
Absolutely.
They want to buy a nicer home or a bigger home. They want to give their kids everything that we want to give our kids. It's
Absolutely.
never about us. The focus should be on them.
Right. Right.
What
Because
it is.
after all, it's about serving.
Yeah,
You know.
and of course, I mean, Angie, you got to lead because you're the leader. You got to love them because if you don't love people, you cannot lead them. You got
Right.
to lead, but you have to lead.
Yes.
You have to lead. We got to be compassionate. It's not a sentimental compassion, but
Hmm.
we have to be compassionate to the people that we are leading because ultimately we want them to give us the best.
Yes.
We
Yes.
want them to give us the best. Do you care about me? Do
Hmm.
you do you care enough about me to know why I was late today?
Hmm.
Or you know why I really had to go to visit the doctor. If it's too personal, then you don't share. But you know,
Yes.
you show
Yeah.
that kind of compassion. You know, you
Right.
want to know what's happening in the community, in their
Mhm.
lives. What do they like? What do they enjoy? You know,
Yeah.
you got to know these things. You got to be aware of these things. You got to
Right.
love. You got to love.
That's number one.
But you are
Hmm.
the leader and you will lead.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you do have to get to know them, and yeah, and allow them to get to know you as well.
Yes, of
Hmm.
course. Of
Yeah.
course. Of
Yeah.
course.
And we know in you have boundaries that you have to draw, but there's a way that you do all things. So,
You
but
set
people,
the bar. You've
yeah,
got to set the bar. And remember, you know, Angie, it's all about learning. It's a learning process.
it is.
They're learning who you are. They're learning new skills. They're learning, you know, new things. I'm learning to be an individual who is being prepared for a higher level of responsibility, a higher level of accountability. I will make mistakes, you know, but I know my boss cares about me and my boss trusts me, and I know I'm going to get this right, you know, and you got to trust them
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
and
All right.
be patient and supportive.
Patience is very important. Patience is very important.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah. So this is really a good topic, and I appreciate you for sharing and just having a conversation, about it. So because I know some of us are in these places at this point in time, and we do need the help, we need the support, and again, Miss Maggie, I thank you for joining us here at Unique Foundations Enterprise, for walking with us on this journey as we educate, enrich, and empower the lives of individuals on their life's journey. So we are so glad that you are a part of us. And again, to those of you that are watching, those of you that didn't get a chance to see this video live, but you will go back and view the video. I encourage you to listen with intent, and to connect with Maggie Jean on social media. She is MJ's. MJ's, I like that.
It is MJ's Coaching and Business Solutions LLC, and that's my business page. And they can connect with me on my personal page, Maggie Jean. And I am a leadership development consultant. So if you want to grow your team, grow your employees, if you want to double your profits, dramatically increase your financial results, you got me. But you can't do it alone. You got to do it with your employees.
Yes, yeah, it takes a team.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely. Is there any more, any last comments that you would like to share with our audience?
Oh, Angie, I just want to tell you, I am grateful to you. I am grateful with, the collaborations we've had. It's wonderful working with you, and I'm really grateful for the experience I had with the development program we did, and I look forward to doing even more with many more of your employees. And
Yes,
hey, I would like Unique Foundation to go as far as you can take it.
yes, yes, yeah. So we're on a mission. So like you say, nothing happens overnight. We're building and we're growing and we're just loving, what we do. And
Yes,
I do appreciate you. I appreciate your professionalism. I appreciate your authenticity. I,
thank you so
you know,
much.
I love authentic people, and
Yes,
you just genuine. You're a genuine spirit. So
yes,
I do, and I appreciate all the good points and the development that you share with me on my last training session.
yes,
And
yes.
I have some great takeaways, some things that I'm currently working on and working with from the training that I did get. And we will be utilizing on a professional level in our organization, Miss Maggie Jean. So those of you that are in organizations, go ahead and connect and lock in. And you can receive some awesome training with her. So again, thank you, Maggie.
Thank you
And
so much, Angie. Growth is continuous.
yes, 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 we're lifelong learners and we'll forever be growing. So thank everyone for joining this evening, Unique Foundations, and joining this segment of Community Connections. We love connecting with our community. So, and we love educating, enriching, and empower the lives of you while you're on your purpose journey. So, once again, stay prayerful, everyone. Stay cool this weekend. It is supposed to be even hotter than it was today. So, those of you that are in South Texas, please take all your precautionary measures. And also with your social distancing, wear your mask, please. Please, please, if you're going out, wear mask up, people.
That's right. We're in Houston. We're on the upward spiral, and
Yeah,
we gotta do better than that because we can. Because
right. We got to bring it down. We got to bring it down. So stay connected, but most of all, stay prayerful. Those of you who have not joined this page or the emailing list, go to this page, follow Unique Foundations Enterprise, and click on Join My List. In there, you can input your information that you will receive any upcoming things that we have. God bless you. Thank you again, Miss Maggie.
thank you so much, Angie. You have a great weekend.
You
Thank you,
too.
everyone who's watching, and those who are watching the replay. Appreciate you.
Thank you.